Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another juicy episode of Articulture with me, your host, Bray, and my co-host, Natalie.
Hey guys, what's up?
Natalie, how have you been doing this past week?
I'm struggling.
Me too.
I'm tired.
Me too. I am tired.
Lethargic. Using big words, I feel lethargic.
Yeah, we had to look into the thesaurus to find another word to describe tired. That's how tired we are.
I feel like a grandma, like a Mima, time to go to bed. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like,
yes.
I literally don't have it in me anymore.
It's been the big struggle.
I feel sick and I don't know why. Like I don't feel bad, but I just can't get up. Like I need at least like 15 hours of sleep for me to function.
Bro, I will pass out in my class for like the first half of it.
Yeah.
But I'll just be asleep. I'll just be asleep. And I feel so bad because I love my teachers. They're so nice. I love to learn, but it's time for me to rest.
It's night time.
It's night time. It is Betty by time.
Time.
You got the temperature down. I got my jacket on. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's worse because you can hear like the air conditioning. Like,
yes.
They have white noise in the classroom.
They have the white noise. They're talking about something I've already heard about. Like I'm
knocked out.
Yeah, I slept in my car for like 3 hours yesterday because I was so like out of it. I was just like, I just need to sleep. Just like passed out in the parking lot. It was a rough day yesterday. But we're back. Mm-hmm. We're here. And the first thing I want to start, first of all, this episode's going to be about BigFoot. I'm going to let y'all know this is going to be about BigFoot. This is going to be about my special interest because we talk about all levels of art here. And one of my research kinds of art is mythology.
Yes.
And this is an American myth. So
technically it's art.
It's art. So we'll discuss that and everything in between. But first of all, I did quickly want to hit on Chapel Roan's new song that just dropped. Whoa. Okay, our producer is booing Chapel Roan right now. I want y'all to send hate to him because that was crazy. Wow. Okay, anyway, The Giver dropped. And I was so happy because she sang this on an SNL. And so the only way I could listen to this song is listening to the YouTube video that someone pirated off of SNL and like hearing like the live vocals and everything. But I loved it still. I was jamming to it. I just was like, I need that on my Spotify today. Like I need it to be playing in my car. So now I do. It's amazing. It's a country.
You're driving through the dust storm.
I was driving through the dust storm. Like I was really feeling my oats. Like I loved it. I love country music. I am a country girl at heart. I mean, I'm a Dixie Chicks writer. I am, Shania Twain. I'm Miranda Lambert. Like, those are all my girls. And this is very that. If you are interested, go listen to it. It's so good. Natalie has not listened to it.
I haven't.
Because it just dropped, so I just told her about it.
I had no idea about any of this.
Right.
I was like, what?
But I wanted to give us an update because we kind of have our eyes open to the, new things coming out, especially in my world, because this is my podcast, so deal with it. If you don't like it, go away. But yeah, The Giver, it's so good because she's a giver. That's when she's dressed up like a handyman and a plumber and a lawyer.
Are you serious?
And she's like,
I want to listen to it so bad and watch is there a music video, like an official music video?
I don't know if there's an official music video. Okay. I just pounded that thing last night before I went to sleep, so I was like, I gotta end this day on a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, wrapping that up, love Chapel Roan. Stream it, go listen to it. It's amazing. I don't know how to transition into BigFoot from that, but who is a giver?
Jump.
Who's not a giver? BigFoot. Because we don't ever see him. He never drops nothing. Okay, he is silent. She, they, because it's a species.
They.
But we'll get into it. So basically, my link to art here is, when you think about the caricature of BigFoot, what do you think about, Natalie? Like, what's the image that pops into your head immediately?
I mean, I wish I could draw it. I kind of see it as like a cartoon figure, kind of like.
What pose do you see?
I kind of think of Gravity Falls. I don't know why. I don't think they even had Bigfoot Gravity Falls. In the intro of Gravity Falls, there is a Bigfoot hidden in there. That's probably where I got that from, like subconsciously. But
it's like a subconscious message.
Yeah, but yeah, I think of like whenever he's like kind of like moving.
The walking with the hands in front.
Yeah. And then I think of tall, very like bushy. I mean the basic. Very bushy. I don't know, hairy. What do you call it?
I think he would prefer hair endowed.
Hair endowed.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. That's the polite
the basic.
Yes. So that is kind of my jumping off point here, that image of the Bigfoot in motion with the hands out, looking, we all know it. You see it on everything. You see it at the truck stops. You see it everywhere you could possibly see it. And that image has become kind of a cultural art piece, I would say, because it derives from the Patterson-Gimlin footage. Yep. You know about the Patterson-Gimlin footage?
Yeah, it's the OG, I think from the 40s or 50s.
It's from the 50s, or... Yeah. 1967, because I did my research.
Okay, right. Okay, good. 1967. And it's I'm not trying to kill...
So, guys, just go look it up. It's 5 seconds, 10 seconds long. You know what it is. You've seen it. In your mind, it exists. It's a cultural thing. What do you think about the Patterson-Gimlin footage where we get our most identifiable image of Bigfoot?
Do you want me to be honest?
I want you to be completely honest.
I think it's so fake. It is so
You think it's fake?
Yes.
I don't think it's fake.
You can tell it's a costume, but it looks like a costume.
Okay. See, this is where I get my oats, because I have been deep into the paranormal Bigfoot universe since I was about 6. So I know all about this.
I just insulted him in the worst way possible.
You just insulted me in the worst way possible. But no, I am a healthy skeptic. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I couldn't make a determination whether it was real or fake. That's I put it out there. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's 100% a freaking creature. A creature ghoul in the night that's going to come snatch me. And then sometimes I'm like, looks a little suspicious, But I have seen a lot of videos online on God's internet. On God's internet, on www.youtube.gov, okay, where all the legal information is stored. They talk about, you can see this muscle, you can see this butt muscle, you can see everything, a costume wouldn't show that, all this stuff. So sometimes I'm like, oh, that's real. That's a real creature. Because also, Bigfoot is a girl. Bigfoot is a woman. God is a woman, Bigfoot's a woman.
Bigfoot's a woman.
That Bigfoot in that footage is a woman. Patty. Because she has, feminine features, we'll say. And that kind of is weird, because I feel like they wouldn't... Why would in the 60s someone make Bigfoot a lady? DEI didn't exist back then. Why were we holding space for a female Bigfoot? If not, it was real. That's just what I'm saying. Why would we add that detail?
But
to make it more believable, but why would they be doing that?
Why would they make it in the first place then?
Because, I don't know, why would they make it in the first place?
At
Bluff Creek. So, basically a little background on the Patterson-Gimlin footage for those of you who aren't aware, who have been living under a rock for, about 50-something years. So Bluff Creek is an area in Northern California where Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin went into the woods with their video cameras because they wanted to look for Bigfoot. So they found some tracks. They were on horseback, and they came to this little valley clearing area where they were reportedly shot from 80 feet away what they thought was a Bigfoot. And if you go to the footage, you can see it walking, you can see it tossing a little side eye, bombastic side eye across its shoulder. She's really into it. And that's about it. And it looks amazing. And it went freaking viral.
So they shot it, but they missed.
They shot it with a camera.
Oh, I thought you meant literally they shot, I thought you meant they shot afterwards, they killed it afterwards.
This also goes into cinema. Because they had that cinema camera, they got that shot. They were being documentary filmmakers, But how'd
they hear about Bigfoot in the first place, though?
Because in the 50s was the first time that the term Bigfoot was coined. In the Northern California area, in the Pacific Northwest, to be more specific, there was a guy named Jerry Crew who discovered a menagerie of Bigfoot prints in the ground next to some logging equipment, because he was a logger. So they would go in working on their logs, and they'd come back and they're like, this freaking oil drum was moved. Who would have done it? I don't know. It's so big, no one could move it. And then they found big giant footprints, and Jerry Crew cast them with plaster and stuff, and was like, Bigfoot, big feet. This thing is called Bigfoot. And then, went to the papers, made a whole big to-do about it. Turns out he was a hoaxer. Our boy Jerry Crew was a big ol' hoaxer. So those were fake. Yeah. But before all of this, the legend of some sort of hairy man in the woods was always a pervasive myth in all, like, Native American folklore.
Yeah.
Also, in almost every folklore you see from any culture across the world, always has a kind of hairy man.
Yeah.
You know, wild man, skookum, Sasquatch, some sort of myth that has, like, big hairy man, basically. Man who lives in the woods, who robs people, you know, eats babies, whatever you have. So, it was a cultural icon that the American version kind of evolved from, where Jerry Crew made that thing. So, you know, that might be fake, but I think Bigfoot might be real.
I get what you're saying. Like, conceptually, yes, but how they went about it, no.
Right. Yeah. Conceptually, yes. Okay, here's where we get a little controversial, because I get a little, like, I'm so bad at commitment. I'm not a committer. But I think today I do believe Bigfoot is real. Mm-hmm. Now, ask me tomorrow, that might be different. Okay. But it's a species. Mm-hmm. Species of ape descendant creature living in the Pacific Northwest. That is probably, like, endangered, so let's protect it, you know? Let's be real about it. It's
endangered, so that's why you think that you don't see a lot of them.
Yeah, there would only be, like, 1,000 or something.
Yeah.
But they're really good at evading humans.
Yeah.
Except for this time where they got shot on the big screen, on the camera. So, what do you think about the Bigfoot mythos as we have described so far?
Oh, man. I hate to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Pessimistic, but I just don't believe, you know?
Okay.
But I will say I do believe in other things, like, skinwalkers.
Now, okay.
I do believe in that. I do believe in those.
Now, how are you gonna believe in a skinwalker but not Bigfoot? Like, skinwalker is far more mysterious and paranormal.
So, and, you know, I might be wrong, because I haven't done, like, as deep of, like, specific research.
You're not locked into this like me.
Yeah, so I might be saying wrong things, but from my understanding, skinwalkers or, what's the other word?
Wendigo.
Skinwalker. Yeah, Wendigo, yeah. So, basically, in Native American folklore, I think some other, like myths as well, but mostly Native American, there are, like, these, if y'all don't know what a skinwalker is, it's basically, it's
You're not
a
supposed
witch.
to say that word, Bye.
I know, if I say it, it's going to come get me.
It's going to come get you.
Yeah.
You're going to get got by the skinwalker.
So, the thing I just mentioned, they are witches, like shaman, and Native American, like, folklore and history, and they can shapeshift, so they'll become a coyote, and they look similar to, and they can even shape into people, but I think mostly, I think they mostly try to impersonate, you know, animals. But whenever they impersonate animals, you can kind of tell that something's off. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's not acting right, especially like dogs. I've seen videos of dogs that, you know, like, these people will live out in the country in the middle of nowhere, you know, their dog will go out into the woods, you know,
in the darkness.
And then when the dog comes home, it's acting really weird and, like, just staring outside from the window for no reason. It's never done that. The dog has never done this before. The dog won't come to its name being called, like, really weird, like, really, really, really weird stuff. And also, like, cattle, and especially deer too, I think, is really, like, primarily, but it could be anything, you know. And you can also hear, like, there's this spooky little myth that whenever you're out in the middle of nowhere, especially, like, in the desert or around Texas, Oklahoma, like, you know, around this area.
Yeah, actually, for real, around this area. So
yeah, and the Appalachians, I think, too. They have them in there, too. But supposedly, you know, I've heard audios of, it's a skinwalker trying to impersonate a human, because it'll sound like a human crying for help,
right,
but it sounds off. And, like, they say supposedly that the closer it sounds, the farther it is away, and the farther it sounds, the closer it is to you.
Because it's trying to trick you.
Yeah, it's trying to trick you, yeah, and so it'll lure people in, and so a lot of times we'll try to impersonate, like, sounding like a human that's in trouble, so that, you know, obviously you're going to be like, oh, well, what's happening, you know, this person needs my help, and they get you, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I do think not as talked about, why I'm talking about this today is because mythology is art.
Yeah.
Mythologies are art. Like, I mean, it's a way that humans have described things they don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's imagination, and it's storytelling, and it's all of these things that are in the backbone of all artistic endeavors. So I think it's kind of the, like basal art. Is seeing something you don't understand and then using your human imagination to kind of extrapolate upon these things. And sometimes you might be right. Sometimes you might be real. And then sometimes the myths might become reality within themselves because we think it's real, so it becomes real. Kind of a tulpa situation. Do you know what a tulpa is?
No.
A tulpa is, I think it comes from, oh my god, I'm gonna be so wrong. But if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm right. And if you do know what I'm talking about, check me on it. I think it's from not East Asian, but yeah, I guess like East Asian Indian kind of thing where it's you believe in something so real that it physically your brain manifests it in the real life.
Yeah.
So it's like your imaginary friend that you believe is real becomes real, and then you see it and you're like, oh, and then someone else sees it and they're like, oh, and you're like, I brought that into reality because my brain is so strong.
Yeah.
So all of these aspects of mythology is very in the bones of all art, and I think it's really interesting how a little video that was shot in 1967, of course, shooting a little video in 1967 was not the same as shooting a little video now, where you just get your phone out and you're with your friends and you just go, oh, yeah, they had to like set it up, ride their horses out, bring this camera with them, and then, oh, there's a Bigfoot, and then they set it up and blah, 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 blah. So it's very cool, a very cool piece of footage that spawned freaking mass interpretations and stickers and shirts and art pieces and this and that and statues that all represent.
I love, side note, I love, sometimes, if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'll see, houses and it has, a Bigfoot, a fake, Bigfoot.
Yes.
I love when people do that. I think it's so funny.
It is so fun, and it's one of those things that's, so human, I think. It's oh, we all know what this symbol means. Mm-hmm. What does this big man walking? It's funny, or someone gets frightened, or they look at it and they're like, I love Bigfoot, and they're connect with them. It's it's a kind of a shorthand way to communicate with symbols.
Yeah.
Because it's a symbol, it's a cultural symbol.
Yeah, we all know what it means. We all know.
We all know. You all know what Bigfoot I'm talking about. When I say Bigfoot, the image that comes in your mind is the thing walking and everything. And I think that's so cool that it got to literally become a modern American myth. It's a part of our modern American mythology, which is kind of hard to describe a lot of the times because America is so young that we have mythology from all other places or from Native American cultures, which was of course before America. So it's interesting to have something that is entirely an American myth being our Bigfoot. And I think that's really interesting when looking at the art, the mythological art that comes out of America in the modern day. I mean, you'll go to Colorado or whatever, and you see so many Bigfoot metal workings or wood carvings or statues.
Yeah, you can take a photo with a photo op. Yeah.
Yes, photo op or plushies or shirts or hats or keychains or this. It's ingrained everywhere, and I think that's so fascinating. That's such a little weird thing that we all know about has become so widespread. And I think that's just interesting. And every country has a Bigfoot. Almost every country has a Bigfoot. There's the Australian Yowie. There's the Yeti, which is in Asia. There's the Yeren and the Alma, which are in China. And there's also the skunk ape of Florida. Florida has their own specific Bigfoot, which is the skunk ape.
I did not know that. That's kind of funny.
Yes.
I want to look that up.
Yeah, it's just a Bigfoot, but it stinks. And Bigfoot already stinks.
He's all...
the canon of Bigfoot, they have a kind of sulfur smell about them, or they have some gross smell, like rotting flesh.
Ew, yeah.
But I guess the skunk ape is just he lives in that damn swamp, and so he's just covered with muck, so he just smells even worse. So they take it and run. And
But what do you think Bigfoot eats? Like, think about it. Like, what do you think...
If I were to be super scientific about it...
Yes.
Like, using my scientific biology brain... Bigfoot eats leaves. Vegetarian.
I thought you were going to say something, like, super controversial, like squirrels.
People.
Yeah.
All those missing people? Bigfoot got them.
Yeah.
Bigfoot got them. No, I think they probably are omnivorous.
Me too.
Probably eating assortments of, like, berries, like, very bear vibes. Because the bear is one of the biggest things that lives in the woods that is actively, like, a hunter or anything.
Yeah, they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're kind of similar, so I'd put them in that. And also gorillas are really big, and they're only herbivores, so I wouldn't put it past a Bigfoot creature to be some sort of omnivorous, tree-eating...
Just a chill guy.
Just a chill guy. They're just chill guys. They're just vibing out, and we're like, bro... Look at this, get a load of this Bigfoot. And it's crazy that Bigfoot also kind of permeates into being sort of Dog Man. That's also a sect of Bigfoot. You ever heard of Dog Man?
No.
Dog Man is basically just Bigfoot but a dog.
Oh, I think of like werewolf.
It's like a werewolf, but like a werewolf permanently. Like it's just like a guy, a big some sort of wolf vibes. But I think that's just kind of people seeing Bigfoot and then seeing like different things and interpreting it differently. But the Michigan Dog Man,
different species, you know what I mean?
Again, there could be one with ears
and different
breeds.
I don't know. There's different, like you have like the Dog Man, and you have like the, I don't know, like you have Mr. Skunk over here just stinks so bad. You know what I mean? Like,
right. You got the dog one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Exactly. And in Michigan, that's kind of the birthplace of the Michigan Dog Man, and they even have songs that are made.
Oh wow.
About the Michigan Dog Man and about how it all forms and everything. So it's another element of art that's inspired by these cultural legends. And then you also have all the films, whether they be good or bad. I have seen probably every Bigfoot movie that is good. Most of them are bad. Most of them are bad. Most of them are bottle of the barrel trash.
Yeah.
Like sci-fi movie, sci-fi channel garbage. Like doo-doo garbage. Like,
doo-doo.
Like, gross. It's not even good. But there's a few that are, they're pretty good. If you want to see Bigfoot, like there's some good movies you can find. Like there's one called Exists, which is like a found footage movie. That is made by the guy who did Blair Witch Project, which was one of the original found footage movies.
I've watched that, yeah.
Right. And so Exists is like done kind of in that style, and it's pretty good. There's what is it? Oh my god, Sasquatch Sunset, which is a really boring movie, but it's really cool because it's guys just pretending to be Bigfoot and being gross. That's an interesting watch if you want to learn anything about Sasquatch. And there's also, I don't know, there's like about a Bigfoot in a forest with a lady, and she's like watching it, and it's like watching over her. I don't know. It kind of sounds weird, but it was pretty good. And then countless documentaries. That's also art forms in itself.
I love documentaries, though. I love a good documentary.
And you know what's so sad? I can't even watch a Bigfoot documentary anymore.
Why?
Because I've seen all of them.
Oh,
so even a new one, I'm like, I know what they're talking. I've literally heard the same information for a billion times. You're like, I'm an expert
or whatever. I have a master's degree in
Bigfoot. I have a master's degree in Bigfoot and Bigfoot folklore. So this cultural icon, he's my icon. They. We're going to use they, the pejorative, because it's a species, remember? We're talking about also she, because Bigfoot is a woman. Not just God is a woman, Bigfoot is a woman. As Ariana Grande once famously said, Bigfoot is a woman.
You should get a t-shirt with that on it.
I really should, and have yassified Bigfoot.
Or get do you have any Bigfoot merch?
I have cups. I have figurines. Socks. I have books.
Oh, okay.
I have a variation of Bigfoot books that have enhanced my education so fiercely that I can just speak extemporaneously about the Sasquatch phenomenon. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like Hunting Monsters by Darren Naish, where Bigfoot walks the Dark Divide.
That's crazy. That sounds intense.
It's a really good one. Robert Michael Pyle. such a good nature writer. He's like a lepidopterist, which is a butterfly scientist, and he's like, I went to go look for butterflies, and I found Bigfoot.
That's crazy.
Or like a footprint. Or really, he didn't see a Bigfoot, he was just really interested in the cultural ramifications of the Bigfoot mythos. Mm-hmm. So I just think that's really interesting. So that's another element of art, of writing, both fiction and nonfiction. There's a nonfiction book called De-Evolution, written, do you remember World War Z? No, it was a movie. It was a book and a movie, and it was about, like, zombies taking over the world or whatever. But the same guy wrote a Bigfoot book called De-Evolution, was really good. Really good. Like, fiction, horror book. It's astounding. If you love some sort of Stephen King-esque vibes, it's great. Like, it's these people who live on, like, this hyper green village. Like, they live disconnected from, disconnect, put your phones away, live off the land. Grid. But it has, like, all the amenities of living in a city. Yeah. But it's all, like, green. It's like an Elon Musk type of thing. And they, like, a volcano erupts and all of their supplies get taken away and they can't communicate with anyone. And then Bigfoots come after them. Like a whole horde of Bigfoots. And it's really cool. It's a really good book.
How tall do you think Bigfoot is? Yeah, to guess.
So, okay, size...
Based on your research.
Based on my research, size range is anywhere between 6 foot and, like, 10 feet. I've seen some say 10 feet. There are even some that have said, like, 13 feet, which I don't believe that. That's a little big. But I would say, like, 7-8 feet on average. Yeah, 7-8 feet, big, chilling. Big chilling in the woods. Big Bigfoot chilling in the woods.
Dude, that's scary.
And then it also comes into the art of making costumes, because there are so many Bigfoot costumes, and especially for films. Are you be
Bigfoot for Halloween?
I don't think I'll be Bigfoot for Halloween. I think I'm going to... Actually, my next Halloween costume, I'm going to be a Bene Gesserit priest from Dune. You know, the ladies with the big...
No, but I can look that up real quick.
I'm going to be the big, like, the Bene Gesserit. I'm going to have the box, I'm going to have the veil, and I'm going to be like, put your head in the box to test your fear. Fear is the mind killer. Like, that's going to be me, because I think that's so funny. I would be the yassified Bene Gesserit priest from Dune. And even Dune has very Bigfoot vibes to it, I think. I think they exist. Girl? Yeah, that's going to be me. God. Not the main one, just like the ones in the black. Because I think they're so cool with their little big hats all the way up here. And I think that would be, that's me. That's me. That's going to be me. So that's going to be really
Lorax.
Fun. Oh my gosh. Lorax is a Bigfoot, basically.
Oh my god, you're right.
He's like a short Bigfoot.
You're actually right.
Because he speaks for the trees. He's environmentally conscious. He's
hairy,
He's hairy. And I think Bigfoot makes a great mascot for environmental protection. Yeah. As a symbol, we all know it. And, if you save a forest... It
shouldn't be Smokey the Bear, it should be Bigfoot.
It really should be Bigfoot. Because if a Bigfoot exists in a forest, or you say a Bigfoot exists in a forest, and you save a forest for Bigfoot habitat, you just saved a forest, even if there's a Bigfoot there or not. Mm-hmm. So it's actually good. Like, I'm a proud supporter of Bigfoot as ecotourism enhancement, I think. So basically today, what have you learned today, Natalie? Did you learn anything you didn't know?
I've learned a lot. Bigfoots can be 7 to 8 feet.
Yes, big boys.
They can be up to 10 feet, depending.
Okay.
There's different types. There's a stinky one in Florida, a skunk one in Florida. Boy. There's a dog one in Michigan.
Yes.
What else did I learn? I learned that there's a lot of documentaries and books.
Yes.
And I learned that Bray needs to make some shirts.
Yeah. I need to come up with some merch. Like, Bigfoot shirt.
God is Bigfoot.
God is
a woman.
Yes.
And then,
God is Bigfoot.
God is Bigfoot. What did we say?
Bigfoot is a woman.
Sorry. Well, hey, we're still on the right track. Ariana Grande song. But yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know. This is very insightful.
Yeah. I would say if you took anything away from this episode, go look up Bigfoot, because Bigfoot eats. Like, y'all don't understand how much tea Bigfoot has. There's a lot. Y'all can learn a freaking lot about Bigfoot. You can go save the woods. And you know what? Just learn to be hairy. Learn to exist in yourself. And that's what Bigfoot's all about. So we're going to leave y'all with the terms of our Bigfoot impressions. Let's give them a Bigfoot impression on the way out. Natalie, you go first.
I know you go first.
Okay. This is my Bigfoot impression. Okay. Okay, now
that was intense. Yeah. That was intense.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go,
I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
Just do it.
Wait.
And there you go. You've heard it here first from the two Bigfoots. I hope y'all have a great time, and that's it for us today.